Do you know, I think tonight's going to be my last night on this island, and it's been an amazing experience. I've had a great time. You know, one of the reasons why I love this place. Last night I was in my room, right? But you know, there were little kids. There must have been about three little kids kicking their football against my door. Do you know what I mean? But you know, I didn't complain because this is their realm. Downstairs, I'm on the first floor. When I say this place is ragamuffin, it's created out of wood. My floor is like really kind of uneven. And the stairs outside, I really should film it and show you the stairs and show you how this whole place has been constructed. Because it's been constructed out of that big hard wood. So you've got these two massive blocks of wood that kind of hold the stairs together, and they're really steep. They've been made so steep, it's like you're stepping off the edge of a cliff when you're walking down the stairs. But like I say, that's the appeal of this place. And with regards to those kids, I could never complain because this is their realm. It reminds me of, do you remember when I was in Africa and there was one period when I was staying in this house, but at the top it went out onto the roof. In that house, I remember there was a lizard. You know when you're sitting down and you're chilling and you just see something, you scatter on the, you'd rather that not happen. Do you know what I mean? Now I could have killed the lizard, but I just thought, listen, that lizard was here before me, and this is the lizard's yard. Just because I'm paying for it, it doesn't mean, you know what I'm getting at. So I had to do a judge thing over there, and I had to condition myself to accept the lizard. And I done it so well that there were times when I would come home, and if my lizard wasn't around, you know what I mean? I would have felt a little bit down. I wasn't scared of the lizard at all anymore. So I wouldn't complain about them kids kicking their ball up against my door in the same way as I wouldn't trouble the lizard, because this is their realm. This is how they live. This ain't no regular hotel. I just quickly switch on just like to show you a little sort of foyer bit at the beginning of this, downstairs that I was trying to describe. Can you see the children? The children just kind of playing around. Hey, say hello.
Hello.
And this is my beautiful host here. That's Ling. I really want to marry this girl, but she's already got a husband, so there's nothing that I can do. Yeah. This is the sort of foyer bit that I told you at the bottom of the hotel, and I've got to show you these stairs because there's something else. These stairs are something else, man. Check those stairs. Walking up them stairs and walking down them stairs is dangerous as shit. But can you see what I mean when I said they're made with that hard wood? But that's it, man. That's the hotel that I stay at. And I love it here, man. I love it here. I love these people. Anyway, I'm going to go and get some breakfast. Yeah, speak to you later. Yo, people. So this is where I vlog every morning for breakfast. This is what you get. You get a little bit of rice, pickled vegetables, a little peppery type sauce, some eggs, and they give you this sliced beef. Yeah, they give you this kind of sliced beef and they kind of strew that across the top of the rice. Alright, here's it now. Back on. Yeah, so there you go. That's the scrambled egg and stuff. This is street the beef. That's beef. That's the sauce that I'm telling you about, and they also give you this lovely soup. Right, just before I eat this, I'm just going to switch this around so you can see the view that I have. So that's the exact view that I have right in front of me, but if we pan out slightly to the left, then you can see those lovely mountains and boats on the side. And if we come over this side, that's kind of the street. Just beyond where the guy's cooking and stuff there's a little old lady. When I finish this, I kind of have a little fruit dessert. So I just go over to her and get her to peel and chop up the mango for me. I get my mango from this beautiful, lovely old lady here. Mango time! So what I do is I have to select one of the mangoes. I think I'm going to have this one today. And then I just give it to her. She's on the phone right now. So I can't interrupt her. Sauce today. Sauce today. Say sauce today back. Say sauce today. I don't know if she understands. Pointed at the cake shop. I guess that means she wanted to buy her a cake. The problem with that cake shop is it's so flipping expensive. I generally get one of those cakes every night. I know it's naughty, but they're still home baked. You know, they're not pastry cakes. Oh, sorry, Madam Bonham. Put it to my mango. Now you guys know that I have to buy her a cake now, don't you? Don't worry, man. This is the Prodigal Rastaman you bumped into today. You know what I mean? And the Prodigal Rastaman's heart is so massive. There's no way that I could not buy this lovely young girl a cake. Oh man. She keeps pointing at the cake shop. Look, let me get my mango first. When I get my mango, we go to the cake shop. And here, sitting next to me, is my little girl who keeps badgering me to buy her a cake. Right, you. Come here. Here you go. My friend here wants a cake. I don't know if she wants this one or this one. Which one do you want? By the way, this slice of cake is bigger than the girl. Right, now's the horrible bit. I've got to pay. Anyway, I'm going to eat my mango now, yeah? And then I'll quickly go back to my room and then decide. No, I don't need to decide. I'm going to try and find Heaven Beach. And if I can't find Heaven Beach, then yeah, I'm going to find Heaven Beach. And hopefully there's going to be a restaurant there and I'm going to buy a nice big fish dinner. Say goodbye, yeah, with a pina colada. That's a good plan. I'll speak to you later on. Bye bye. My selector, Prodigal Rasta, checking in. Hey, listen, I've just now said goodbye to the landlady downstairs, and I'm heading out towards Heaven Beach now. She's given me an idea of how to get there. It's really, really complicated. I have to go over the other side of the island and find one particular road that takes me to Heaven Beach. But I'm going to try and do it. I also told her how beautiful she is as well. Because I can't help it, man. I'm an honest brother. you know? But, you know, her husband's in the army. Yeah? So I'm not ramping. You know what I mean? The last thing I need is for a bunch of army brothers to come up to me and start sticking AK-47s up my arse. You know, the roads are kind of really empty. Although they're up and down, they're empty. So I might be able to take out my camera and ride with one arm for some period of time, and I'll be able to show you the beauty. But if the hills are too steep, I can't do it. If there's other people on the road, I can't do it. So I might just take out the camera when I get there. We'll see, yeah? Anyway, Prodigal Rastaman, over and out.
Where the silence hums, a spark of the soul, where creation comes. My will is the brush, the cosmos my art. Rather me ignites the fire in my heart. Ihara, Ihara, I shape, I create with the light of the one. I weave my fate, rather me sings my soul's sacred call. I am the maker, in source I stand tall.
Yo guys, I had to turn on, right? Because I've got a little story to tell you. Yesterday, or was it the day before, I can't remember, I WhatsApped a friend of mine and I told her about how beautiful it is driving through the countryside over here, because the roads are so empty and it's just so lovely, the scenery and everything, the sun, the works, do you know what I mean? And I also remember telling her about the butterflies that flew past me. Now, just now, I'm riding down here, right? I'm riding down this beautiful road, and I saw a butterfly flickering all in front of me. So I just carried on riding. Do you know what happened? The butterfly comes and hit me on my lip. Now I tell you what, I hope the butterfly's okay, right? I'm okay, but this is how my mind works, right? Now tell me if I'm mad. For me, that butterfly kissed me. Do you know what I mean? That was a kiss on the lips, you know? Now, you know when they say solitariness turns you crazy, when you want to turn a man crazy, put him in solitude. I'm going crazy in the best way possible, man. I'm going crazy and I'm solitary with Jaja. You know what I mean? Oh my God, because to you lot, that would just be a butterfly hitting you on the lips. To me, that is a butterfly kissing me. Do you know what I mean? And saying welcome to the Prodigal Rastaman. You see, this is what I keep telling you, look, man. When you are alone, when you are isolated in nature, your emotions are heightened. So normal events are transformed into godly occurrences. You know what I mean? Oh, ja. Love ya.
the source is pure light. In joy I create, in love I design, each breath a new world where the stars align. With source as my guide, my dreams come to be. Radhani's magic lies boundless in me. Through chaos and stillness, my vision holds true. I paint with the colors, the infinite truth. No fear can unravel what my soul has spun. Radhani crowns me creator of one. Ihara, Ihara, I shape, I create with the light of the one. I weave my fate. Radhani sings my soul's sacred call. I am the maker. In source I stand tall. Ihara, let my creations unfold. Ihara, eternal untold. Ihara, for I weave with the source's embrace. In the dance of creation I find my true place.
Right guys, I had to stop the motorbike because I wanted to get a coconut. It's so hot today that I wanted to cool myself off with a coconut. Saw this little shop by the side of the road, but guess what? They run out of coconuts. And because I wanted to give the guy custom so badly, I've said to him that I'm going to have a beer. So I'm going to have a beer in this hot, burning sun. It's just going to dehydrate me more and probably make me fall off the bike and have a crash. That's how the beast gets to us, you know what I mean? But I bought a Cambodian beer. I haven't bought a Gansberg, which is a German beer. So I should be alright. Cambodians ain't got that much beastly spirit inside them, do you know what I mean? I just want to show you how beautiful it is here, right? Look up at that mountain. I'm almost certain you're not going to be able to see the beauty of it, but... And if I do a full turn, you'll see different landscape, but on the other side. Yeah, so, you know, just parked up my motorbike there, see? And let me just... Whew. I'm not really a beer man, you know, but this tastes like lemonade because I'm so hot. I bucked up a geezer up the road there, a Cambodian guy, and he could speak English. And he told me there's a temple down here that I went to yesterday. When I get to the temple, there is a waterfall just beyond the temple, and I've got to head towards the waterfall, and then I've got to veer right rather than go directly to the waterfall. And if I'm not sure, just follow the electric power lines. That's what he said, you know, so hopefully I should be able to find it. At least I know that I'm on the right tracks. I was up here yesterday looking for it as well, but I couldn't find it. So hopefully me talking to him will solve the problem. Anyway guys, let me just finish my lemonade. Sorry, beer. Let me just finish my beer. And then we head off, right? Love or not. You know, you can go out there and get one of those sort of plush bungalows or condos or whatever you want to call them out there. If you want to risk going out and robbing a bank and getting one of those, cool, it's up to you. But I love this. You know, there's a beautiful, beautiful girl who runs this place downstairs. Yeah, they run this place, and it's a really sort of like family-ish type thing. You know, I'd much rather give them my money. Since I've been on the island, I've been paying accommodation cash. I've been paying for my motorbike cash. So the beast doesn't even know where I am. I ain't used no card or nothing like that. So this is proper freedom, this is, you know. So yeah, you can come over here and you can pay whatever amount you want to pay for those really, really plush places. But you're only going to be feeding the beast, because you know the beast owns all them places anyway. I don't want the beast following me around. I like my freedom, man. Just me and Jaja, you know what I mean? And I interact with his other children. I had to stop the motorbike at this spot right here. As you can see, the roads around here are not, there's no cement, no tarmac, nothing on no roads around here. This is proper natural business, right? But the beauty is beyond belief. There is no irony that I'm trying to find Heaven Beach. And this is the way there, you know? Man, I love buffaloes. I love these buffaloes, do you know what I mean? And you know these buffaloes here have got a different flavour to the buffaloes that you might see in another place. Check the buffalo. He's having a mud bath. Can you see him? You see him there? I can't see the monitor very well because it's so bright. But he looks like he's having so much fun, man. He's having a lovely, lovely mud bath. That one ain't got no string or nothing attached to it. Anyway, I'm gonna get out of there, right? My motorbike's waiting for me there. And I don't want none of these buffaloes to run me down anyway. I'm heading in that direction. You can see where the power line is. So I've got to just keep following the power line and I'll be there. I need to get on my Prodigal Rastaman mobile. Oopsie daisy. Hang on a minute. I had to park at the edge of the road because somebody was coming this way, and the road is like, it's like that. You know, so you have to kind of move down a little bit to get out of the way from people, you know. Right, so I'm leaving my buffalo brethrens. The buffalo brethrens down there. I'm leaving them alone. Yeah. And I'm heading off. Like I say, man, I am going mad in the best way possible. In the most wonderful way possible. I am going mad. I'm never going to argue with you, look, when you tell me I'm mad anymore. Do you know what I mean? But you see, I'm going mad in Jaja's arms. You know when you're a little kid, yeah, and you're in your mother's arms and you're sucking her breast? You know that feeling? That's how I'm going mad. But I'm in Jaja's arms. Do you know what I mean? And Jaja's cradling me. There's a little boy in the street calling me out. Hang on a minute. Hello. Say hello.
Hello.
Why were you waving to me? Why? What do you want? What do you want? What do you want? You was waving just to say hello.
Hello.
Oh! Manners, man. Manners and respect. That's what you need from the youngsters these days. He was just waving to say hello. He don't want nothing. You don't want nothing from me, no? Alright, come here. Hold this a minute. Hold this. Hold this. Don't run away. Hold this. Just hold this. Hold it on me and hold it on you, right? 1 second. World is be nice, yeah? Be nice, be decent, say hello. It's okay, put the money away. Yeah? And treat everybody with manners and respect, yeah? Exactly, yeah? And then love will come your way, you know? What's your name?
Chin.
Chin? Me? I'm the Prodigal Rastaman. Say it, sir. Say the. No. The. Prodigal Rastaman. Yeah, that's me. Okay. Shit. The motorbike's not starting again. Hold this a minute. Oh. The little kid got my motorbike to start. Bye bye. Oh God. What an encounter. By the way, in front of me, guys, there's like palm trees in front of, and with lots, every single tree's got a different leaf shape. And then beyond that, you got the mountain kind of thing with all these little fluffy trees all over it. It's just so incredibly beautiful. This place has got an appeal to it. You know, I mean, I love it here, man, because I know there's lots of places that I go, right, and when I'm there, I don't necessarily enjoy it so much, but after I leave and, you know, maybe I'm back in the UK and I reflect and I think to myself, wow, you know, that place was really nice, I enjoyed it. But these kind of places, I enjoy them immensely when I'm here. So I can imagine when I go back to the UK, I'm going to be in tears. I'm going to be in tears thinking about this place, you know? Hello! See? These are lovely Cambodians, man. These people are lovely. Oh shit, this woman looks like she's got coconuts. But I've just drank a beer. I mean, I can't just fill up my stomach with pure nonsense, you know what I mean? I'm going to have to give them coconuts a miss. Right, now I'm going to head straight down here because this is where the guy said. He said follow the power lines. Oops, I better be careful, you know, because I'm going downhill and I'm just using one arm, you know, so and it's on these bumpy roads and there's somebody coming in the opposite direction. There is so many reasons why I could fall off and mash up this hill. Navigate these bumps. Hey look, what I'm gonna do, right, because, you know, the reason why I want to hold this while I'm riding is because I want you to see the beauty, yeah? But we just can't do that, yeah? Because number one, I'm riding too slowly, and number two, you can't see this. Look, hang on a minute. Can you see that? Can you see that? You can't see that shit when I'm riding. At the end of the day, you just can't. Literally in the 4 days, today is going to be the 5th. This is going to be the 5th night I've been here. I've literally seen every beach location on the island. There's probably about 5 or 6, and I've been to all of them apart from one, and that's because I couldn't find it. You know, it's really weird how it sits on the map. It's called Heaven Beach. And I think what I might do, because I've got the whole day today and I've already seen everything on the island. I haven't got anything to do. I haven't got anywhere to go. I could just chill here and just cool, you know what I mean? But I think what I'll do is I'll utilize the day to try and find the one place that I haven't been to. And I've got an idea of how I'm going to do it, but it's weird. You have to go right over to the east of the island and find a road that will then take you down to Heaven Beach. It's strange, but I'll put in a challenge. I'll try and find it today. So guys, I've got to an area that I've got to stop and consider what's going on, because let me just turn this around a minute. Can you see that? They're actually constructing the makeshift road. Right now you've got workmen that are putting down gravel and stuff, so I'm gonna have to wait until they give me an opportunity to go over there. Right, yeah, the guy's saying come. Okay, right, the guy's signaling for me to go, right? So, and my friend here, my friend has just said it's okay for me to go as well. So, see you in a minute, guys. I know it's always difficult to see things on these cameras, but can you see the sea beyond the foliage? It's there, right? And then the power lines veer downwards. So we must be almost there. So I think I'm here. So what happened, right, was up on the sort of main road there, yeah, I parked up my motorbike, and because the terrain was so rough and gravelly, I got some stones in my shoe. So just by the side of the road, I took off my shoe and I'm shaking off my shoe, and then all of a sudden one of these cars here, it just stopped beside me, and the guy looked at me and he's like, didn't say anything, just get in, you know. And this is Heaven Beach. It's no coincidence that a man like me has to go through so much aggro to get to heaven. Get it? And then when I arrive, some angel just picks me up on the road and then just drives me, and we drove over this bridge past these beautiful sort of bungalowish type things, and this is where I am now, man. I'm in heaven. This is Heaven Beach, guys. Right, okay, so we've got the coconut bar, fresh coconut bar cafe there. There's some gorgeous darlings here. Wow, it's just darlings, there ain't no men. Hello ladies, hello. Gorgeous darlings, man, no men with them. Hello. This is definitely heaven, guys. Oh my gosh. Look at the beauty. Oh my, wow. Oh my. Oh my. Oh ja. Oh ja. Look. Look how far the white sand stretches. Look how peaceful it is. Look at the palm trees on this side. Look at the glistening water over there. There's a mermaid sticking up on one of the rocks. They've erected a mermaid in the middle of the water there. And then beyond that, there is a different sort of cliff area. But check out the palm trees there. Yeah. I'm going to walk down there so you'll see the mermaid in a minute. Now, the reason why the terrain is so difficult to get here is because this is not accessible. This is, I think this is one of those expensive parts of the island. And this is where people come here. Because basically a boat taxi, sea taxi, whatever you want to call it, from the mainland to Koh Touch, which is the area that everybody arrives at when they come to the island, is only about $15. So the river taxis from different parts of the island to here are probably less than that. I don't know. Even if it's $15, that's not too much. So this is how people access this island. You know? Yeah. Mafia, welcome to Mafia. That's what the guy told me. He told me that the Cambodians call this place Mafia. But on the map that I saw, it says, oh there you go. Look, heaven. Look at the water. Can you see? You can see all the ripples of the seabed. Look at these fish. Sun on the sea. I can't see anything in the monitor, so I'm just going to have to hope that you can see what I can see. Wow. So I arrived, right? I arrived. And somebody just stops this thing, pulls me over. I get in, and then it drives me here. And then just beautiful girls. No men, just beautiful girls. And then this. Fucking hell. I can't get used to this. It's too much. It's too much. I don't want to get used to this. Well, I would love to, but only if Jaja will guarantee me it for the rest of my life. And I know that there's no guarantee of that. You know, so I just have to thank Jaja, man. I just have to thank him every day. Because Jaja knows what I need. He knows what I need. And he knows what I want at all times. My relationship with Jaja is different. I don't have that buttyman relationship that they teach you in church. Do you know what I mean? Jaja is inside of me. Yeah? Hello my friends. These are all my friends. See? I'm in heaven. This is heaven.
Yeah, Heaven Beach.
No, not Heaven Beach. Heaven.
Heaven.
Just heaven. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Could I get a pina colada? Do you do pina coladas here? Pina colada? Pina colada. No? They don't know what pina colada is.
No,
Really?
not understand.
Oh.
Can you explain a little bit?
Hello.
Maybe she can help.
Do you speak English?
No.
No? Oh, oh God. This is heaven. Right, so how do I explain what a pina colada is, guys? It's rum, pineapple juice.
Oh, you can ask the bartender. Where's the bartender?
Isn't that the bartender? Isn't he the bartender?
No, another guy.
Oh, he's the cashier.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not going without my pina colada. I'm going to get my pina colada today, whatever happens, right? Even if I have to go on the internet and, hey, that's a good idea. I've got a translation app on my phone. So, I'm looking in my bag for my phone. And I'm talking into my phone here. See, I'm getting senile in my old age. It's so weird, you know, because like, when I first came to Cambodia, I hated it. Seriously, man. I remember I arrived at my hotel. I kind of walked outside and I walked down the street and there's these wild dogs. You know, they have them in Thailand as well. But the ones in Thailand, you can walk past them and they're cool. The ones over here, I say over here, I'm talking about mainland Siem Reap. But some of them, they bark at you, man. Do you know what I mean? You don't step in my flipping territory, you know, and you have to walk into the middle of the street or walk, you know. Some of them, they're vicious, some of them. So, you know, and I was walking around and the place didn't look nice and I noticed that the food weren't that much cheaper than Thailand and I thought Thailand just looks great and everything. But what am I doing here? Do you know what I mean? And it was so bad that I actually said to myself, you know, I went online, I started to look up Philippines and look up these, I was going to shoot off in like 2 days. But let me explain to you how Jaja works. Do you remember when I was in Africa? And that same house that I'm telling you about where the lizard was, you go to the top and then you walk out onto the roof. And I told you there was a time when I went out there and there was these dragonflies and it was a spiritual moment because there was about 5 or 6 of them and I looked at them and it looked like they were dancing to me. Do you remember? I described it to you. Well, when I was over here and I hated it, right? There was one point I went to this internet cafe and it was a 2-story thing. And I went up to the top story and it was one of the modern ones. It was all glass. And I looked out over the main streets in the sort of middle of Siem Reap. And what did I see? Pure dragonflies. Exactly the same as those ones that were dancing to me. And then something in my head said to me, give it a chance, Steve. Give it a chance. The dragonflies reminded me, I knew it was going to be a spiritual thing. Yeah? This is how Jaja speaks to you. And Jaja's never spoken to me in English. Jaja don't speak English. When a lot of those experiences that I had over in Africa, I didn't know. There was no language, but I could understand what was being said. So you could describe it as madness if you want, but you know, that's how it happened. So back to the dragonfly thing. Something just said to me, give it a chance, man. Give it a chance. So I gave it a chance. I chilled out and I'd say probably 2 days after that, everything just fell into place and Cambodia became like the greatest country in the world for me, you know, for what I needed at the time. And look at the relationships I've developed with Cambodia now. Look what has happened to me, you know. And all this is just from the dragonflies, and it's from the dragonflies in Africa, not the dragonflies here. Guys, what I done was I got AI to give me the ingredients, and then I cut and paste that into a translation app, and I gave it to one of the guys. But luckily, the head barman has turned up, and I asked him if he knew what a pina colada was, and he knows exactly what a pina colada is. So he's getting on the case right now. Yeah. Oh, you're making another one. You're making me two. So the first guy who made one, he obviously didn't do it right. So the head chef, the head barman has come and he's doing the whole thing. The thing about it is, I'm a man, I don't like waste, you know. And there's a whole pina colada sitting there that the bread had done. He probably didn't do it right, but still, the basic ingredients are in there. So I just want to drink it, you know. But I can't not have class. This is a classy joint. Do you know what I mean? These are classy people. If I grab up the thing and just drink it, then man, they're gonna think I'm a savage. And I can't have that. I'm the Prodigal Rastaman. You know what I mean? Yeah, man, that's a pina colada shake. Yeah, I recognise that shake anywhere. Oh, Akon. Look at this, my friends. Oh my God. This is a pina colada made by the top boy, man. Ocha. This pina colada is the king. I'm gonna walk around to the restaurant and see if I can order a piece of fish. Hello. Beautiful. And she gave me a lovely smile as well. Most of the oh my God. Look. I can kind of see the monitor, and I know everything was too bright for you to be able to see the detail of how lovely it is. But let me just go into this restaurant. Anyway, let me check the prices. This place is so plush and so lovely. I hope they're not like European Western prices, you know, because like, oh, sorry man, old age. I'm one of them brothers, yeah. I don't like getting mugged. I don't like getting mugged by anyone. But don't worry, I've got some cool, sunglassy type prescription glasses. These are prescription, so I can read the menu and look cool at the same time. Right. Oh God, these are UK prices. So you're getting mugged big time. Like, check the place, man. Do you know what I mean? This is proper. Look, it's like there's hardly anyone here, but they can still afford to put on all the air conditioning, put all the lights. The place is clean, pristine, all the staff and everything. So yeah, I know where I am. This is heaven, mate. This is heaven. And you know, Chacha made me find some money the other day, so I'm gonna sit down and I'm gonna drink pina coladas and yam food in heaven. This is the Prodigal Rastaman, and I keep telling you lot, I'm Chacha's favourite, but you can't hear me. You don't understand. You think my shit is bullshit, but I'm telling you, man, this is Chacha's act. Yeah? God, it's so expensive though. Hey, listen, Chacha, I can't just buy whatever I want. Chacha's gonna have to do something, man. Seriously. You know, I don't want to rob a bank or nothing like that, but Chacha's gonna have to get some money to me somehow, because I can't live the way that I want to live. Yeah. What can I say? This is the final place. This is the one area, one beach area that I hadn't found in the days that I'd been on the island. And it's really no coincidence because I've always had my motorbike. You know, one of the things that I was saying just the other day, because I got off my motorbike and I walked the stretch of Koh Touch. But all the time that I've been here, I've had my motorbike. And when I walked that stretch, it was amazing the amount that I saw, all the little details that you just miss because you're always on your motorbike. And this place here, for normal people under normal circumstances, I would never ever have seen this. You know, to the naked eye, I would have to say that this is the most beautiful beach. Maybe that one that I went with you guys and I bought that pina colada that time, that you and me place. That was really pretty too. But it wasn't on this level. This is the, you know, I think this is the most beautiful beach there is, you know, and it's reflected in the prices, the attitude of the staff. When I parked my motorbike, he didn't know me from Adam. I literally thought I was in heaven. You know, when I got on his contraption and then he drove over the bridge, I thought that maybe this is one of those situations where I'm going to be transported into a new land and I'm never going to return. Do you remember the other day when all the talk was about the rapture? It was sometime in December, I think it was, but everybody was talking about the rapture, and you heard about a lot of people over in America, you know, those Bible bashing idiots who went out and they sold all their possessions and everything because they thought that they were going to be swept up and taken away by Judge in one way or another, right? Because I remember that time specifically, you know, because you know, I live in a 7th floor flat, right? So I got my bags ready. You know, I had a couple of suitcases and shit, and I had a couple of bags, and I was stood by the window, you know, because I'm on the 7th floor. I thought, you know, the flying saucer or whatever it was gonna come down and maybe send out some kind of laser beam, and I would be able to jump into the laser beam and be transported up into the aircraft and then whipped off to some faraway planet. But you know, I weren't going to miss the rapture. You know, if any aliens were coming down here to whisk people away, there is no way they were going to go away without me. There's no way I was going to allow any aliens to come down to this planet and take people away and me not be on that plane or flying saucer or whatever it is. No way. Do you know what I mean? I would have been one of them brothers. I would have been hanging onto the space exhaust pipe or whatever, because you know Jaja's not going to take everyone. So if I'm one of them ones who he rejected, I would have jumped onto the back of the craft, you know, onto the the floating exhaust pipe, because it's not one of them straight exhaust pipes that you get on the back of the car. This is one of them floating ones, so that if you're left behind, you can grab on it. And he would be flying through space and all that kind of shit, and I would still be holding on. I'll be holding on to this, you know what I mean? But anyway, despite me standing there with my suitcase, no one turned up, man. It was such a sad sight. I had to unload the suitcase. I had to fold all the shit up, do you know what I mean? You know, I had to put it back in my drawers. And I thought, God, man, Jaja, there's no rapture. That Bible shit is a load of bollocks, you know. But luckily for you, me, the Prodigal Rastaman, can assure you that Jaja does exist. Jaja does definitely exist 100%. And, you know, you see, we are living in a very, very strange time. A very, very strange time, man. Because, like, And you know the beast, and you see the beast and them man there who used to run everything, used to control everything, right? They work in this world of astrology and astronomy. They examine the stars. That is what these religious texts are. Things like the Bible and stuff, they are an examination of astronomical phenomena, you know. And look at that beautiful. Did you see that beautiful butterfly? I can still see him now. He's green and yellow, and he's just like, yeah. But anyway, all those religious texts and stuff. They are analysis of celestial matters, and you know all those celestial matters control everything that happens on Earth. And it's, you know, I mean, obviously I haven't looked into it deep enough to be able to tell you specifically, you know, specifics about what's going on, but it's very, very true, and it's very, very real. And I don't have to understand it, because you see, I am one of the children of Jah. That's why this is such an amazing time, because we are being awoken to who we are. And those beastly Jewish people who are literally Satanists, they're literally Satan workers, they stole our identity. And you know, the whole transatlantic slave trade thing, wow, how could they hide that? You see, when you learn it and when you start to understand it, it explains so much, and it's so obvious. You know, it's like when I was in Africa, and you know, I was moving around and stuff, and you have that feeling that you're back home, but at the same time there's something different about you than all the kind of people around you and stuff. And when you enlighten yourself, you see, I was so lucky that I met some really sort of intelligent people. I met Hebrew Israelites, I met Mormons, you know, kind of weird American ones. Well, she wasn't American, she was from Britain, and she had a Pakistani husband, one of those ones that she bought on her travels. She bought him, and he was just accompanying her, you know. He was good looking and stuff, but it was only with her for the money. But still, she kind of had a religious understanding. And you know, I spoke to a lot of these people, and I don't think I agreed with any of them. Like those Hebrew Israelites that I bumped into over in Africa, jeez man, some of them man they're playing such a game. And you know, their women are just getting mugged off. They're getting mugged off. It's like a cult. And you know, when I observe how a cult can be manipulated by these guys, they've got other women, and it's not like they're even hiding it from their women that they went over to Africa with. But because somehow they interpret something in their religion, they put it to their women just accept it and just allow them to take the piss out of them. It's really, really cultish, you know, and I observe some real foolishness from them. Because I'm telling you, some of those Hebrew Israelites that I bucked up in Africa, they're real underhanded, nasty, horrible people, and they don't give a shit about their fellow kinfolk or whatever you want to call them. But you know, because my brains are enormous, I can speak to these people and I can extract what's real out of them and reject all the cultish bullshit. I'll tell you, all the time I was in Africa, I think the two most knowledgeable people I ever spoke to were two Rastamen. Yeah. One of them was from up north, and another one of them was from Jamaica. And I could sit down there and I could converse with them, and I didn't have to do the bullshit chat. You know what I mean? I could have direct. I could, because they're intelligent. A lot of the things that fools take literally, they don't take none of that literally. So I can talk to them, and they talk back to me, and we could have a conversation. Oh, sorry, this is sweet and sour sea bass, isn't it? Let me just hold it up for my audience. Akon. It's good. Right, guys. So I'm sitting here eating my sea bass. Can you hear that? All I can hear, even with my earphones on, is. I look down. It's a beautiful white cat. You know me. My heart is enormous. Although I'm a warrior and a killer, my heart is enormous. And I can't sit here and eat while the cat is down there hungry, yeah? So, I'm not overly fond of the head anyway, but this cat is going to get this whole head of, because this place is so nice and plush, I can't just dash it on the floor. I'm going to put it on a couple of pieces of tissue like this and put it down for him. And I hope he doesn't eat it too quick because he ain't getting no more. What's this? Coriander? Or? Ross! There's a peacock over there, can you see it? Peacock just walked past me. I'm telling you, man, this is heaven. This is literally heaven that I am. Peacock, the most beautiful bird in the world. Mermaids sticking up out the water. Gorgeous girls. And this food is a living bomb. It really does taste good. And my cat friend down there is happy as well. There's no way I was going to eat and he weren't going to eat. And a fly. So there's two flies. Two flies in there. They got too greedy and they fucked up my pina colada. But they died for that. That's what I'm saying, man. Don't fuck with the chosen one. You might think I'm joking about that, but I'm serious. This is a real thing. You don't want to mess with the chosen one, man. It's gonna work out bad for you. And I don't just mean what I would do, yeah, because I'm just the first line of slaughter. I will deal with you if I can, but if I can't, you will be dealt with anyway. You're gonna have to listen to me on that one. Please, don't fuck with the chosen one. Yeah? What a beautiful meal. What a beautiful place. I'm just so blessed. Oh yeah, and you know, do you remember I told you that today was my last day? Well, I thought to myself, nah, I need another. Akon. Akon. She's so beautiful. I don't know, I must be on the heat. Everything is beautiful, you know what I mean? So what I done was I texted the guy over in Siem Reap, the one who sorted out the ticket for me to, and I told him I need another day. I just need another day. I want a day when I'm not talking to you guys. No disrespect, but even this little dialogue that we're having is a chore. I just want to be here with Jaja. I just want to sit down and reason with Jaja. That's how I feel best. And I need a whole day for that. So I told him to hold back, man. I'm staying for another night. You know. I'm staying for another night. happened to me, and I'm different, yeah? And you don't believe me. I got up out of my chair to come out here and pay for my pina colada and my fish, yeah? And I told you these were a little bit expensive. Guess what? I said to the guy behind the bar, how much is it? And he said to me, it's free. I'm like, what? What do you mean it's free? He said to me, that guy that you were speaking to at the bar, he was the manager, and he said to give it to you for free. I'm telling you guys, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on in this world, but since I've been here, I'm just walking around. I get picked up by a car driven me here. The place is so beautiful, the food is so good. Everybody's... I'll have to go and thank that manager at some point, but I need to take a little walk here first. Well, wow. I'm going to plot here. Oh my God. Heaven. I didn't know I was talking to the manager. You see, that's why I was so cool with him, because I just thought he was like, do you know what I mean? If I'd known he was authority, even in their world, because authority I don't do authority anymore. You know what I mean? Everybody's on my level. Well, every human being is on my level, but you know what I'm saying? If I rub shoulders with, I don't know, who do you guys respect? Is there anyone you respect? The head of the United Nations, royalty, president. Well, not this president. This president is different. But all of the other ones, any one of them that I rub shoulders with, yeah, me and them are on the same level. I don't give a shit. I ain't changing nothing for nobody. This is what part of what being sovereign is all about. Yeah, you've got to. You have to change your mindset. And what can I say? When you do that, sorry, I'm just trying to. It's a shame because all the lights behind me, you can't see anything, can you? But it's not too windy, so I'm hoping that you can hear me. Yeah, that's what being sovereign is all about. You know, you can't think anything or anyone is above you in any kind of way, unless it's a pious thing, you know, because there's a few Rastas who well, I don't reason with them because I listen to them online, so it's a one-way thing, so it's not reasoning, but they're coming at me, and I even have to concede that they are on a higher level than me with regards to communication. And there's not lots of people who I can honestly say that, you know. It's strange because, you know, a lot of the alternative media and stuff now that are putting out truths that even I used to rely on for information, because I've kind of elevated to a higher level, even the stuff, I don't listen to them. I don't need to. I know what's going on. You know, so I don't need reports from anyone. I don't need to watch the news. I know what's going on, you know? I download information from the gods, man. Because I'm one of those that can do that. And a lot more of us used to be able to do that. But because everything's been sapped out of us by the system, we can't do it anymore. Do you know those experiments when they get these little babies that are like 2 years old, 2.5 years old, and they say to them, they show them two dollies, one white doll, one black doll. And then they say to them, which one is good, which one's bad? And they always say that the black doll is bad. Don't you ever think to yourself, this youth is 2.5 years old, 3 years old. Where could he have got this information from? How could he come to that conclusion? He hasn't had the time. He hasn't had the life experience. How could he know? That's how good they are. That's how good they are at accessing your subconscious. And we are, well, I'm 28, but some of you guys are 50 years old and above, yeah? And they've been doing that since you was the same age as them little kids. So you can't trust what's in there now. This is what I think the Africa experience was for me. Magical things happen there, you know, and You lot already think I'm mad. But like I say, it doesn't matter, man. I'm the best mad that there is. Do you know what I mean? Best mad that there is, man. You guys can see where the sun is, can't you? So I haven't got much time. I've got to burn this spliff and then shake out. But how them man they stole our identity, and that's why we were hated so much when we were growing up. That's why we're so disadvantaged. That's why we were made to hate ourselves so much. Do you know what I mean? Because we were the chosen ones all along. And now we've entered the age of Aquarius. They can't pull the wool over our eyes anymore. Do you know what I mean? I couldn't believe it when I learnt about the Inquisition, the Spanish Inquisition. You know? The Jews that they persecuted in that time were black. They didn't tell us this. Do you know what I mean? It wasn't just Jews. They persecuted Muslims as well. All the ones from, you know, the Spanish. The Inquisition was Spanish, but they also doing it over in Portugal and those kind of places. That's where we were, yeah. And then a lot of us who didn't want to convert to Christianity, they put us on boats, and then we went down the West African coast, yeah. So we were amongst the West Africans, and you know, so when they were gathering up all the slaves and everything, they took all of us. So we were put on the slave ships, yeah. They weren't taking anyone; they were taking the best, and it's no coincidence. That's why when you watch the Olympics, that's why reggae music, man. When you listen to the amount that I've learned just by listening to reggae music. We are the original man. That's why in your DNA you've got the ability to be able to download information directly from Jaja. And that's what I think's been happening to me. Gosh, if I'm wrong, sorry. But if I'm right, praise Jah. And you have to arm yourself with certain truths, because when you do, there's nothing you can't do, man. Seriously, man, it's like you realize that you are a creator. It's almost like things that I say I'm going to do, I can just make them happen. You know? And I had to go to the depths. Before I could realize this, I had to go to the depths. You know? That's why I know that whole experience, that whole time, hit me so hard. Because I had to go there. You know? In order to be here, I had to go there. And I'm trying to get it across, but I can't. Well, I don't know if it does. I don't know if I get through to anyone or not. I hope I do. Do you know something? That spliff has put me on a mellow. And I know that I'm going to have to get ready and get out of here, right? So I'm going to have to say goodbye to you guys. Yeah? I just need to get Jaja in this shop. Yeah. Peace out from the Prodigal Rastaman.
Whoa, boy. If a guy want to know where them come from, tell him consult Revelation. Which part them come from creation? which part them come from pancreation. Whoa. I'm on purpose for right from my heart. All a tune say Vatican. What them are in there? What kind of big dirty secret they hide where? What kind of big dirty secret them hide where? Them all a hitch up a cat a little while lie to them robbery and them pay them. Hold on. Every Scarface wanna be movie imitator mafioso than man. After them kill man and kiss ring, the same boy gone straight to confession. Confessing to the same kind of man. And so him forgive and call it indiscretion. Call it indiscretion. Sin, hold on, again y'all. 1 year we gone, them here say murder in the Vatican. Oh Lord, soldier pass over in a line for promotion. We make the holy man, the Pope, we make him need so much protection. We make the Pope have such a gunman congregation. What a curious question. To every Scarface wanna be movie imitator mafioso than man. After them kill man and kiss ring, the same boy gone straight to confession. Confessing to the same kind of man. So him forgive and call it indiscretion. Where them come from? Jerusalem backwater. Where them come from? Jerusalem backwater. The only thing that created in focus is a serious interest. Yeah. So them focus them grand larceny on the African world treasure chest. Where them come from? Jerusalem backwater. Where them come from? Jerusalem backwater. Behind the dying son of a mentor. Hold on, Hail Jack. Every Scarface wanna be movie imitator mafioso than man. After them kill man and kiss ring, the same boy gone straight to confession. What them are in there? Vatican. What them are in there? What big dirty secret they hide where? Oh Lord, again now, where them come from? Jerusalem backwater. Where them come from? Jerusalem backwater. Hey, every Scarface wanna be movie imitator mafioso than man. Every Scarface wanna be movie imitator mafioso than man. After them kill man and kiss ring, the same boy gone straight to confession. Confessing to the same kind of man. And so him forgive and did call it indiscretion. Every Scarface, where them come from? Every Scarface wanna be movie imitator mafioso than man. Every Scarface, where them come from? Jerusalem backwater. Where them come from? Jerusalem backwater.